Good morning. Today I intend walking 2 and maybe 3 Corbetts, which will be numbered 24, 25 and 26. So here we go. The first 2 which I'm definitely going to walk is Buidhe, which is the yellow rounded hill, and Sron Chnapanich, which is the nose of the knobbly corrie. Now, weather permitting, legs permitting, time permitting, I will also walk Chnapanich, which is the hill of the berries. So I'm parked just before you get to the dam at Loch Leon at this junction. There's a view of the dam. So we're going to follow this Land Rover track, if you like, for about 1 kilometre or so before we head off up the hill, Loch Leon. Now I seem to remember a couple of years ago walking along the side of that to get to that huge Monroe behind. So we've got to cut off this path eventually. It is going to be pathless. There's a wall going up the side there, which is a good point of reference for me, so I think I'm going to skate up the side of that wall, up this steep gradient until the gradient eases. Wow, the contours are quite tight here. It's very steep. Look at that view. We're nearly at the ridge where the contours widen, so it'll become less steep. So we're going to cut across now. We're aiming for a Bielak at about 700 metres. So there we go, Buidhe. Look at that. First proper view. Been in and out of cloud. So the plan is to drop down to the Bielak at 7:09. We're going to cut up that shoulder right up to the next shoulder, if you like, and we're going to hang a left and aim for the summit. That's the plan. Then we're going to head back down to this Bielak. Yeah, so we're following this fence line now. We've actually picked up a path. Hey! We'll follow this up and then we're going to skirt around eventually to the top. Got a fair bit of climbing to do. Yeah, we followed this fence post all the way up and round, and it still continues round over there, and eventually we'll make our way up to the trig point at the top. It's not that mound you can see, it's beyond there. So here we are, Buidhe. The view orbits over 900 metres. Wow, look at these views. Yeah, so we're going to follow the fence line back round, back to the Bielak, and then we head over there towards Sron Chnapanich. So we're back at the Bielak, and I'm going to continue following this fence for a little bit longer, and then cut our way across the moor over there. Yes, so decided to leave the fence and cutting across the moor now. See where it takes me. Yeah, there she is, Sron Chnapanich, just dropping down into that little Bielak. It's all pathless, a bit rough underfoot, and once we get to the top, we're going to head straight off the side down the other shoulder, head back towards where we parked the car. There we go, just looking down at the boggy Bielak that we're going to cross before we make the ascent. Yeah, this Bielak's very haggy, but so far I've been able to pick my way through it carefully and not really come across a problem. So we've crossed the Bielak, just started the climb, and come across the fence line, so I'm following the fence posts. I'll take that as my line to the top. Yes, as I suspected, the fence has brought me right up towards the summit. So here we are, Sron Corrie Chnapanich. Wow, another view. That's the Buidhe over there that we dropped to earlier. So I'm going to follow the fence line off the top. Yeah. The next corbett is at the other side of the glen over there, should I decide to do it. So I've followed the fence so far, and I'm going to turn off it now, and I'm going to cut across the side of the hill, pathless. Heads back to in the direction of the car. Look at that, the rain stopped. Blue sky again. That was a torrential downpour. Anyway, I've cut across from following the fence line. I've come across another fence line and a quad track, which is all heading in the correct direction. So I'll follow this quad track for a bit. Look at that weather coming in. We've just had bits of sleet. I suspect there's more sleet coming my way. Yes, so the Land Rover track, quad track, has brought me down onto this 4x4 track, and now we're going to follow this down into the little hamlet at the bottom. I need the sun to dry off. I'm absolutely soaked. So we're following this gravel track down, and as you can see, that's where I parked the car, at that junction down there. And that's the next corbett over there, should we decide to do it. Let's see what time it is when we get down. Wow, look at that. That's great, isn't it? We're back on the tarmac road now. I'm heading back towards the car. So there we go, full circle. There's a car over there. There's a dam. There's the option 3. As the sun's come out, I think I've got enough time. I think I'm going to do it. Yeah, so we're going to cross the bridge and we're going to follow the road up to its high point, about a mile or so. And then we're going to hang a left and we're going to go over there to the summit. Yeah, so I'm back at the fence. It's all deteriorated up here, so I'm going to make a point of crossing it here, I think, at this funny junction. And as you can see, very rocky, very steep, very rough underfoot. So that's not the top. I'm going to skirt around that, and the top is the next one. That's 795, and I think the top's 806. I think this is the top up there. I'll have a better idea when I get up there. So here we are, Neil, Nan, Sue. Wow, you can see the other two corbett's. So we're weaving our way back through these various tops. The little valleys in between them all. Going to skirt round and drop back down to the tarmac road, retracing our steps. I have to say, of the 3 corbett's, this one is my favourite. Very rugged. Yeah, there's that dilapidated fence. I crossed it further over there earlier. I'm heading a bit further to the left because I think it was a shallower descent. Well, that's my plan anyway. Yeah, there's a road. Drop down this steep little bank, then head back down. Back to tarmac. It's quite an unkept road, this one, but I think it's possibly drivable. It's not that bad. Yeah, provided you're not in a really low wheelbase car. I think most cars would probably cope with this. Wow, well, look at that, we're almost back at the dam and the sun's come out again. We've had some horrendous weather. So we can see the track I went up first thing this morning, if you look, cutting a scar across the bottom of the fell side, and then we come steeply right the way up that side. It was steep, and I can now see how steep it was. Wow. Anyway, that was this morning.